Okay, manga gamang bife unukwa ikebeke bini kwe GTV program lebine. The safinga na geiswa yari ankukunsa ni aiga ni nang umo ina kan GTV breakfast show the safi na good makudu kandeke kan londu ban programi ya nkurikar kutaba television set na kunsa ni ai yo abono fa mhonsho dwumedia no pe nyina nche abono ni bia hokro ni ba adwan ya ha no pe ya ndi nkutumoje sunkun ebre hon ewo GTV so nti chacha abono ni bia abono mani mfo nyina nche aho nyina yo you know desba da bamba ban wumda is a marhaba. Good morning and big up massive and crew to the Rasta brethren and sixpence out there. Give thanks for tuning into GTV. Nyenu potla wo nyaslawo nyawezo.
Awesome. I counted 6.
I know, but you know that I actually speak fluent Hausa. Don't she inazo kama muna Hausa na Hausa nang from head to toe. Na Hausa so say ni yari anzongo ni ko waya san kama Hausa nang ba kaman muna Hausa Kano ba kama muna tribe muna Hausa so say kimfanji kuma ke inke bonwie gan le wonke bonwie gan denche in yo gan deep ne nka se me abono fo benim se me bono kurum ni bewo me nyesu nyane ni wani nyine ya nsa me bekuma se ntin kan bono correct so pa ne ewe ni de one of our security officers in the past when I do radio and she was like I mean the Rasta vibes too. A conscious woman. So when I say Rasta,
I mean, say good morning to my viewers in Patois.
In Patois, yeah, that's I give thanks to them, the masses. I mean, the conscious wellness experience out there. Okay, so basically I didn't learn the languages that I speak deeply. I am a Zongo girl. I've always said that I'm a Zongo girl. I've always said that I'm a Zongo girl. I was born in the Zongo in Sunyani, and somewhere in 96, my father built a house for my mother in Kumasi, so we had to move from Sunyani to Kumasi. And then I lived a bigger part of my life in Kumasi. I was in Zongo as well in Kumasi. Okay. I have been an Aswance girl, Sawaba, Boabo, you know what that means. Yeah, so I'm a Zongo girl. And in Zongo, there are plenty sort of things. I mean, you can pick up plenty. There are Dagbani people there, Ewe people, Fulanis. And even if I knew that growing up I was coming to be a radio presenter, that I might need the language skill, I would have probably paid attention because I could understand Wangara those days. Wow. Growing up. The Dagbani, even Zamrama, I go Kahi, and just from 1 and 2, I still remember Sasala, Fafa. Plenty people there from different ethnic backgrounds. So it's just the Zongo thing that's making me able to speak all those languages, except that the air word that, like I said, somebody said, okay, so you are not speaking my language, I want to teach you. But all the other languages, it is where I was born and bred.
Okay, so from Harry Ajwa Owusu-Kusi.
Yes.
To Ohemaa woyeje. Where did that come from?
Okay, so officially, the Owusu-Kusi was after I got married. It was Harry Ajwa Owusu-Kusi, and then I got married, and I had to use my husband's name, so I became Harry Ajwa Owusu-Kusi officially. That's my passport, official name in my passport. But the Ohemaa woyeje, I'm the only female child. My mother gave birth to 7. I have only 6. Like all 6 brothers, I'm the only female. So it automatically you're Ohemaa in the family. So when I began the mid-morning show at Top Radio way back, I was referred to as Ohemaa, but some of the jingles that I started the program with had this Okuapem guy called Timer. Okay. He was like, Ohemaa woyeje, wonsa no nyum ni adwuma mere ne se Timer me filu ne ken eni edi mi na mi so, and that was it. So the thing registered with the listeners, and everybody called me Ohemaa woyeje. It was even the Okuapem way of pronouncing the Ohemaa until it became Ohemaa. Before it became the Ohemaa woyeje. So it was given to me, and apparently the work I do, people say Ohemaa woyeje, you do it differently. Yeah. It's Ohemaa woyeje.
I think for some of us who were listening to you, what made your program stand out was the fact that you speak different languages, and so you sort of equip our interest all the time. You like.
So thank you so much. 20 years. And some people thought that I only learned just a few, like just the basic to grade them. So that is why later I had to, when I'm selling, when I'm vibing on the show, I have to speak other languages so that they know that I speak the language. Not just I can't do that.
20 years on radio. Yeah. Wow. You deserve your flowers, Ohemaa. You deserve your flowers.
Thank you.
Okay, so anybody who asks, what are some of your biggest successes? I mean, being on radio for the past 20 years. Wow.
Okay, so I can't mention one because for me, it's been a very much successful 20 years journey. I started in 2003. Right after training, I had the chance to begin radio. Actually, at the time that I was employed at my first radio station at Nkoso Radio in Kumasi, I even had no HND or even degree at the time. Okay. It was just a training that retired director Godwin Avenobo and Mr. Kojo Akakwatin organized, and I was a part of the maiden edition. Okay. Right after that time I was even working with an investment company. So I applied at Nkoso Radio, and I was employed even over people who had degrees, HNDs, just because I had experience. And the first time I worked on a radio station, I was a sales executive. So I did the sales, I did voiceovers, and then later I began news. I read news in Tree, I read news in English. Before I started the newspaper review, I joined the team. We recap it in a can. Wow. Before they started the discussion, I hosted an entertainment program. And then later, I added the mid-morning show when I left Kumasi. I've done radio in Kumasi, Sunyani, Accra. I've done TV. I'm a reporter. I write good articles. Yeah, so I worked for a couple of newspapers. I remember those times, New Nation Times, Fila Magazine, The New Fila, Weekly Digest. Even I was stringing for PNP newspapers some time ago. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I was doing all that to put 1 and 2 together so that at the end of the month, I take money small from here, take money small from there, and then we move. So to say that this and that is my achievements, I can't list them because I'm very much fulfilled. I've had the chance to even interview a figure like His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on my show. Like I have interviewed all the top guys, and I had this honor to represent the whole of Africa at the New York City in America just last month. And I was the only African, the only Ghanaian representation at the event. So I am much fulfilled. I'm married. I have 2 daughters. My last child is 7 months. Look at me, I'm here. And I run businesses.
Beautiful.
Thank you
so much.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I have my own business apart from the radio that I do.
We'll talk about the business part. I want us to talk. A few months back, you said it was everywhere actually that you were leaving Angel FM, but you're still there.
Yes, I'm still there. Dr. Kokutin called me back. I actually announced that I was leaving. So many people thought that I left. Yeah. But after I announced, my boss, my CEO invited me. Then the former CEO, Mr. Bronzy Teflon, invited me, and then Dr. Kokutin met me and had a vibe with me. He made me understand that I was working for him, so I shouldn't let things that other people that he has employed make me quit the job. So I came back. Yeah, I came back. So I'm still with Angel FM.
Okay, we like. And also business. You're a businesswoman. First, I want to taste I hear you have an amazing drink. I want to taste it. Tell us about your business
Not ventures. Just one drink. I have other drinks. I have to be able to win the competition. It's a competitive world. Yeah. So everything that we are doing, other people are doing it. So you should have something that is specially yours. That if you don't come to GTV, you won't get it when you switch to the other. Though there are plenty TV channels, but if you don't tune here. So we have special drinks.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I mean, so that is what you won't get elsewhere. You would have to come to a place to get it. And I have the Ohemaa woyeje shito as well. You know, I run a bar, the restaurant, I run a boutique where I sell fugu.
Okay. Ohemaa chill. Just start. Let's begin. Business 1 is shito.
Yes, Ohemaa woyeje shito.
Ohemaa woyeje shito. Business 2.
I supply in Ghana and abroad anyway, so it is international, you know.
International Ohemaa woyeje shito.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then business 2, I run a boutique. I sell smokes, fugu for male, female. I sell the fugu fabric itself.
Okay.
I sell kits, toy cars, Europe clothing like unisex dresses from US, Europe and stuff. Yeah. And the restaurant 2 runs.
Okay. What's the name of the restaurant? Where?
Ohemaa woyeje Ice Bar and Restaurant, North Industrial Area, Kodesh Junction.
Say that again. Ohemaa woyeje
Ice Bar.
Ice Bar.
I used to have 4 shops in Accra, but I closed down 3 and I made a one-stop shop. So all the other 3, the things that I was selling there now, you can have all of them at the Ohemaa woyeje Ice Bar. So it's a boutique, it's a bar, it's a restaurant, it is a depot for the Ohemaa woyeje shit. So if you want plenty to buy, you know.
We like. Okay, so Ohemaa woyeje. The media space is one that is both positive and negative, and as we say, everything sells. You are one tough chick when it comes to social media and dealing with people and dealing with what people say. Have you had any setbacks? And if you have had, how have you managed to come out of those, and how would you advise someone who is in the limelight, who doesn't know how to handle that? How would you advise them to handle it?
Okay. Right, so the 20 years journey has not been easy at all. I mean, if not for the fact that I focused on the bigger goal, probably I wouldn't have been able to survive till now. I've had a lot of challenges. I've been abused. I've been called names. You know, people at the point, like, people felt that I don't even look good for their liking, you know, and I have been bashed a lot. Also, because I'm doing what men are noted for, like a DJ, people didn't like, some colleagues wouldn't even let you be there because they're like, how? You are presenting, you could do this perfectly, you're speaking different languages and you are making it. Why are you also adding the DJ part? Because somebody is doing only DJ and that's how the person survives. But if you can do it, why must you stop? You get it. So they attacked me in different ways. They actually tried to bring down my morale so that I lose my confidence.
You mentioned abuse.
Yeah. I mean, verbal abuse. People insulting you just to kill your confidence. Because automatically when you attack me that way and I look down on myself, I can't come and execute the work for which I'll be paid for. And at the end of the month, if I'm not performing well, they will tell you, tracker says this, tracker says that, and because of that, maybe they have to bring another person to take over your program. You know, but I had to be strong. My family kept keeping me strong. They gave me the moral. Hey, Ohemaa, you know who you are. So it's not what they say you are. You know who that you are, and that is the picture that I looked. So it hasn't been easy. I have cried a number of times, but I grew. At some point, I realized that okay, so it is also the challenges that the work comes along with. So I became used to it, and now you can't tackle me with any of those attacks, because I have really grown. I have experienced a whole lot. Like, I have worked with different companies. I have been with big men, my age class, the younger ones. I've had different form of attacks. Even in doing business, people felt that. I remember when my bar was doing really, really well when I started, I was having a lot of spiritual attacks. They were like, hey, so you did here, this young girl came recently, look at her bar. And I've been organizing big events. I could block roads, organize by myself, big event, bring big artists. You know, so like, people have always seen me as a competition. It came to a time that even my radio show, there are figures that if I have to bring them on, a morning show would have to sabotage and say that, hey, they won't even allow the show to go on air. So, like, I have had the challenges from all corners, but I survived. So I give thanks. So I pray that people gain the strength to be able to face every challenge that they will face at their various fields of endeavors, because it doesn't come easy. I know that there are problems everywhere. So you only have to be tough enough to be able to handle it as and when they come.
Okay. Are we to expect a book from you soon?
Okay, so
everywhere. Are we to expect a book from you soon, Ohemaa?
Okay, yeah, I am not. Yvonne Nelson book has actually made me slow down because I wrote my book even last year.
Oh.
Before my 20th year, I wrote the book for the journey. Okay. So far, the challenges I've been through, the issues I've encountered, some of them that were public and all that. But when Yvonne's own came, you know, Ghanaians, sometimes our comments, people will be like, hey, now everybody is writing a book because Yvonne wrote a book. But I have written my book last year. So now I have paused. I don't even want to rush it at all. Like, when I'm celebrating the 20 years anniversary itself, then I'll use the occasion to release it.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay. You won't tell us the title. Can I perhaps
not
tease you
now,
to tell us the title?
No, I'm sorry, no.
Okay. But basically, it's about your journey, your radio journey.
My radio journey. Yes.
Okay. But what are your thoughts? I mean, you're a mother. You've been out there in the light. People have abused you verbally, back and forth. Your mother. When I Am Not Yvonne Nelson's book, when it was launched, what were your initial thoughts? Okay,
so initially I thought they were not all true. But later when I understood what memoirs are, I understood that memoirs are not fiction. So they automatically are the true representation of whatever that has been in the book. For one, I thought that she's done an amazing work because strategically there's no book that has been able to create this kind of controversy.
Right.
So for that, I give her a thumbs up. But other matters, the fact that the mother would feel that, hey, my own daughter has sold me out on that note wasn't too fine for me because I'm a mother. And I wouldn't be happy if my daughters grew up and they decide to handle me that way, though their fathers are known, though. And then also with the Sarkodie's issue, I think that I don't condemn her for bringing that out, but I think that Sarkodie didn't handle it well. Probably he could have just said, okay, so we're growing up, we're not too matured, and so it happened, and I'm sorry, and that's it.
And he put it in a song. He did a song.
Yeah, but he did that. Yeah, exactly, you know. So it was like you were kind of doing a banter with her, and that was not right. And you know, it's a feminine world. So the moment you do stuff like that, you go there to kind of pinch all other women, and they all would come after you. So that was the thing that I think didn't really go well.
Okay. And then after that, a couple of weeks after that, Adjei Anan also launched his book.
So, and I'm sure
50th
that,
birthday.
you know, I'm sure that he didn't write it just recently.
No,
but
of
some
course,
people will think that, hey, because Yvonne wrote a book, now it is a book writing season.
Ghana thing, you know, it's like a Ghana thing.
You know, so yeah, hopefully people also buy it. We shouldn't wait for only the negative news that trends before we go and buy it. So the Adjei Anan books, people should go and grab it and read it.
He said a whole lot in the book, but chapter 9 focused on...
I hear he also said he has cheated with plenty girls.
Yes, and that's where blew up. But then he also said yesterday when he was here that cheating isn't just when you have sex with a person. It's in various forms. Okay. So what are your views on cheating then?
Well, for me, I think that cheating is when you have had that personal sexual intercourse with another person. I don't think that if you even propose the person, you don't go to the extent of having any erotic affair, you have cheated. For me, that is not cheating.
Okay. Okay, so you were the only African at the Juneteenth event. You represented Africa, represented Ghana, and you actually gave a speech.
Yes.
And so we're going to pull that up now. Ohemaa woyeje did amazing at the Juneteenth event. She's the only African to be on there. So here's her speech. We'll come back and talk to you about the event.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. Let's give it up to Athenia. She's doing amazing. A big one to you, Athenia. And to Africa and to all of us. Applause for ourselves. Yes. Okay, so making it official, let me say a special greetings to the people. I mean, the people of America, all of you. And a big thank you to our distinguished host, Athenia, and the entire Juneteenth family for making this important event possible. My name is Harry Ajua Owusu-Kwesi, popularly known in Ghana as DJ Ohemaa woyeje, and I have been a broadcast journalist for the past 2 decades. Currently working with Angel Broadcasting Network, ABN, Angel FM, Angel TV in Accra. I came all the way from Ghana in West Africa. As some or probably many of you may know, Ghana is the home of the infamous Elmina Castle, the place where the horrors of the transatlantic slave trade began for millions of Africans now scattered throughout the West, including the United States, the United Kingdom, South America, the Caribbean, and elsewhere. Juneteenth, which is celebrated on June 19th, has special significance for Black people in the United States, as it represents the actual date when thousands of Black in Texas were actually notified of their freedom and were thus made free. So we ask, where are Blacks in the United States today in 2023? What is the socio-economic conditions of Blacks in the United States 160 years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863, which purported to end slavery? Where are Black people after 158 years of the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution adopted on January 31st, 1865, which purported to legally abolish slavery? Where are Black people today, 143 years after the end of the Reconstruction era, which lasted from 1863 through 1877, and which purported to bring the southern states back into the Union, as well as guarantee certain rights to former slaves? Where are Black people today, 59 years after the signing of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which purported to prohibit discrimination on basis of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin? Where are Black people today, 22 years after the enactment of the Civil Rights Act of 1991, which also purported to bar employers from using race or gender as a basis for employment? Where are Black people today? We on the African continent are joining with our brothers and sisters in the United States in the celebration of Juneteenth, Freedom Day. Although we celebrate this victory, we understand also that much more work remains to be done. We on the continent stand ready to join our brothers, rejoining Athenia and the entire Juneteenth team, our sisters in the diaspora, in the continued fight for equal rights and justice. And also through Ghana's introduced free citizenship and the Year of Return initiatives, we welcome home those who desire to return to their homeland. Happy Juneteenth from Ghana to you, as I end with a heartfelt gratitude.
We like. Equal rights. Amazing speech.
Thank you.
And so that was a speech by Ohemaa Woyeje at the Juneteenth event in the United States.
Yeah.
So how were you picked? Was there a process? Just tell us how you were picked. What was the whole process like?
All right. So after, I did a song. I wasn't doing music. I've always done radio. But I managed the Jamaican artist and we did a song, The Jungle Hands. Actually, after we released that song, I got internationally connected because I was called from a couple of white radio stations in America, different states, interviewing me and him after they joined together, even Jamaica, in one of their oldest newspaper, the Glen, over 30 years, so I had connections, Senegal,
What's the
Dakar.
song again?
Jungle Hunt.
Jungle
Hunt with K Genius. So that is how I got that connected worldwide, and that is how they got to know of Ohemaa Woyeje, not from the radio, but because of the song that we did. So they sent me an email. The founder sent me an email, and I after that I discussed with my CEO, and then my boss, Dr. Kwekutseng, decided to support because he saw that it was a good thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So he supported me, and then we went for the event.
Okay. So now, after the event, what's next? Are you an ambassador for Africa? Is there a project that you're going to be working on?
Okay. So they want to use me to have other people that would be interested to jump on the program. Like, it's an annual event. It's like we celebrating our independence. So that is the African Americans. The time that they gain independence from the oppressors. So I am now the root, like me, ABN is the root, that if next year, if you want to be on the program, as you just want to witness the festival, it's a 3-day official festival, or you want, like, you're a fashion designer and you want to come and display some of your stuff, yes. So, you can use me as a medium. The founder will be coming to Ghana in December. For the first time, she's visiting Africa.
Oh, wow.
Because of my vibe with her.
We hope she passes here first, as she tells us what's behind. Okay, so Ghana's parliament passed a law legalizing the cultivation of cannabis for industrial and health purposes, a move that will help the West African nation grab a share of the multi-billion-dollar global industry. What say you? What are your thoughts?
I think it's a good thing. They have done really well, and they must have some applause for that, because this is nature, this is natural, and the fact that our economy is not doing too well, and this would bring us some massive revenue, I think that it is laudable. You know, in Netherlands, they are making some great revenue from
when it comes to
cannabis. So it's a good thing. It's laudable.
Okay. So final before I let you go, I always ask this: if you were to play God today and you were to change something in the media landscape, in the creative industry, to hold forever, what would that one thing be?
Well, I think that it would be the fact that I would allow people to be themselves. You know, the moment you are yourself, you deliver perfectly.
I mean, you let creatives be themselves.
Yes, be themselves.
Okay.
So we can have the original them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. It's been a pleasure sitting with you.
It's an honor. Thank you so much.
We love you. So you're going to be on radio today at 10 a.m.?
Yes, at 10 a.m.
Okay, so listen to Ohemaa woyeje today at 10 a.m. on Angel FM. She's going to do her magic. Before I let you go, you know, I want you to end this segment for us in maybe 3 languages.
Okay. And me wa da nyeshi wa akashi nekwe program ya GTV. Ene aka scoop ya breakfast show. Acho me Ohemaa woyeje bole manye de ntele hwe beshi ebie. Don chimongo ne makudu kan de kunka kanlo program kunka dubang program alesa munku magamu. Abuno fe da ho nyina asese ho hwe adwumadi ye ne ho besane ye hye ebie da ho na sepa.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So we've been spending time getting to know her better with the Queen Ohemaa woyeje. She's on radio today at 10 a.m. on Angel FM. So head towards there and listen to her. But this has been our show. Coming up, the show is not ended. We have sizzling surprises for you. We have 2 kafuis to be doing something soon, and then A-Frame is also in the house. Guys, this is the Breakfast Show, GTV Ghana, for social media. On WhatsApp is 055-556-1034. Ohemaa woyeje, it's been an honor sitting with you.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored. Thank you. I need no mistress. Genius, you come to the right place. It's a nice place. Plenty high good, put you in the right place. You are the king, I'm the queen, then we see it. Plenty age, but I will elevate. Snap my fingers and 7 come around. You know work hard, means my breath, you work smart. Like a lioness, sneak up, feel make a hunt. Anyone in my way, I don't them get drawn. No boy can come in and me face me easy. Me live it for the girl, them was lazy, no. Me know we have makeup, me face not cake. Me happy with the one to elevate your girl.
Lord, I really want to make her mine. Queen of the land. And for a love like this, yeah. Queen of the land. Queen of the land. I like to make my wife. Queen of the land. Queen of the land. I don't need a mistress. Hold up. One chat no fast and I love that was this. At a miracle, what you pass I preach. Married to a man now, that will assist. Make sure a woman, not a fake breast. No inject but that tasteless. A real lioness don't really get threatened. Early morning course work, that get dressing. Crooked the whistle. Sunday morning, everybody get dressed. Says you not leave the law, so we have to confess. To save my soul will be the only request. Oh, I don't wanna say no more. Lord,